excellent round of flubs. We flubbed it up. 2022, great year for flubs. But I want to move on to Iowa, which is where you're from originally.
Yes.
So I don't know what it is, but in the last 6 months or so, we got this flood of Iowa videos, and they've been really, really good. And I think I've sent you a few of them. But you went to school. You were born and raised in Iowa, but you went to school at University of Iowa in Iowa City. And while you were there, I mean, you should probably tell the story, but you worked at the what was not public access, but it was the college station. And
Iowa Desk and Couch, Patricia Scoggins.
Yes, that's what that's what I'm setting up here. Yeah.
Yes. So I was I guess produced, directed there were only a few people running it, but like a late night talk show called Iowa Desk and Couch at the University of Iowa. It aired on UITV, the local public access TV network. And you gave that to us, and we ran with it. We featured in Volume 9 of the Found Footage Festival. Let's just, before I get into these new Iowa videos to present to you, let's just watch that Iowa Desk and Couch with Patricia Scoggins, the psychic.
And avert the negative pattern.
So I'm like a caged animal that needs to be set free to run wild, kind of.
Could be.
So do you keep in touch with the guy, the guy, the host? Do you keep in touch with
I haven't in years. His name was Patrick Friedel. So we had a Patrick and a Patricia here on this episode.
Oh,
pretty
cool.
crazy. But yeah, I haven't since I think we kind of lost touch after college. But he was the host for the majority of the time I was there. We got a new host because I think he graduated just for like the last year, but he did probably 16, 17 episodes of the show because we only did them every couple months. But yeah, I should check back in with him. Send him a link to this show.
So I wanted to play that just as a refresher for people who don't remember that you're from Iowa, and that's like an Iowa video that you gave to us. Classic. Here's some other videos that have showed up from Iowa in the last 6 months.
Wow.
I think I sent you this one, but let's just watch it together. At least like 30 seconds of it. Okoboji Girl. Okoboji is like a big resort town in Iowa, and I sent this to you. I think, Nick, you found this one on Instagram. Somebody posted it.
So, yeah.
Yeah, or something like that. All right, here's Okoboji Girl. That looks like a guy from Iowa, right?
Oh, totally.
No. Dan, you didn't direct this, did you?
I did.
Oh, you did direct this?
I went outside and watered your flowers yesterday. I tossed and turned.
What do you think about that placement of the or the framing of the
and the drop ceiling with a missing tile?
Yeah. I mean, this is a green screen shot. That's what's crazy, and maybe what some people wouldn't realize.
Is it really?
This is a green screen shot. You can just tell by kind of like the bad placement, because he'd be too short. I mean, I think just like the plate, like he'd be like 4 feet tall if he's standing in this hallway, maybe even 3.5 feet tall.
A Peter Jackson Hobbit trick or something. Yeah,
or he's like on his knees or something to get a better angle. But like, if you're gonna shoot him in front of a green screen, you can put him in outer space. You could put him in a jungle. Like, why put him in a rundown hallway? And it's like, if it's like, oh, it's run down, it's kind of grungy and cool. This is a rock and roll video. It's like, you can get a better one than that. This is just like an apartment.
I know, you could have like a scary alley, like a scary New York
plumbing.
City. Yeah, exactly.
Couldn't sleep in the bed we made.
Oh, come on.
I took the car for a spin, couldn't get away.
Keyboard players wearing an Abercrombie and Fitch shirt. Usually in music videos you see them wearing brand names, right? Like.
I heard a song on the radio.
I'm just gonna wait until we get to the chorus.
Places to eat, places to shop. Everyone says hi. in my eyes.
Get to the chorus already.
'Cause everything looks like you. It's my Okabochi girl. Need my Okabochi girl. Want my
Yeah.
Okabochi girl.
There you go. All right. So that's
Oh, gosh.
yeah.
When you get these like low budget music videos too, you just got to think like what music videos they saw that thought like, oh, we got to make something like as cool as that they're studying. Like it feels like it's like a Guns N' Roses video or something.
Yeah.
That's their version of it. But
I went on a deep dive with this guy, and like he's big in the public access scene too. Like, so he has a lot of videos, and he was uploading stuff to YouTube right when YouTube came out. So like that was a very early YouTube upload. So he was ahead of the game, really. And I think somebody just found it recently, and yeah. And then I went out to his page. He still has a page, but he hasn't updated it since 2009. So
He hasn't flubdated it.
he hasn't flubdated it since then.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So then I talked about how I did the Iowa state jingles. We've tried to find the best jingle from Iowa like a couple months ago, and I reached out to you to send some jingles to me. And but there's one from the Quad Cities that I don't know if you've seen before. But this one is so good. This is for Orbeez. They sell vans. Do you know about Orbeez vans? I felt like you might like this one. I feel like you might appreciate this one. Yeah, here we go. And so, by the way, somebody like clearly loved it and then recorded it on their phone to get it. And that's the only version, is it like somebody's recorded version off of their phone.
Well, this is better Lex style cinematography.
Yeah.
It's called. All right, here we go. And this is like the most Tim and Eric, where they get one of their guys to do a thing, like to dress up like Superman and have a van commercial. This is like a Tim and Eric thing, but it's not Tim and Eric.
The van from the Superman man and the Superman man is Orby. Get a van as you can from the man with the plan, and the Superman man is Orby. Orby.
Minivan, full-size van, high-top van.
Get a van with the van from the Superman man, and the Superman man is Orby.
Yeah, so that's
oh my gosh.
Probably Mr.
Yeah, this is
Orby.
totally like this is what I do. I sit on you, kind of. Look.
Yeah, exactly.
it's totally that. It's totally that. All right, last thing I want to show you. This is a long one. I think this is going to be a two-parter episode for.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think we got a two-parter here because we've been doing this for a long
Well,
time.
alert the affiliates for running long here.
I'm exhausted at this point, but we're going to get even more exhausted. Do you know about Sin of the City?
I don't think so.
Okay. It was I think it was like late 90s. Our buddy Brad went to University of Iowa. He was also in Iowa City. I think it was like late 90s, 97 or so. And there's a public access show that he always watched called Sin of the City. Very ambitious show. And it was I guess you'd say the showrunner of this was a guy who worked at University of Iowa. And he used the whole University of Iowa as his setting. And he wanted to do a gritty cop show. And that's what Sin of the City is. And he made so many episodes. Brad, who like, look at, this is all he sent a bunch of DVDs of all the episodes from Sin of the City. And it's very earnestly shot. But I wanted to play it for you because it's all shot around the University of Iowa. And so I decided to go for more of the scenery, just so maybe you would recognize some of the backdrops. And so he would just use students and other faculty members. But this was a public access show that ran for a long time and had a shitload of episodes. So you ready for this?
Can't wait.
Yeah, here we go. Here's Sin of the City. So it goes really fast right here because they always use a Duran Duran song, and we have to have it be really short so that it doesn't get flagged. All right, so. There's the establishing shot. Does that ring a bell at all?
You know where you are? You know what time it is?
Does the establishing shot here, does that ring a bell, like where we're going to be?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
got to be Richmond Hall. I don't know.
All right.
Fergus, I need to talk to you.
Miles, I'll be with you in a minute. Now, what's on your mind?
You recognize that library?
That's
It's
got to
a-
be, yeah. It's one of two libraries. I think this is the campus library.
I think they shot everything, like a lot of stuff in the library, actually.
Uh,
All right, so I'm just piecing together just certain scenes. They're out of context, so just so you know.
Everybody move in.
Took a while for the bullet to reach him.
That's that's the sound a gun makes, right?
yeah. And there's absolutely no recoil.
Nope.
And
All right, but then after we hear this, I'm going to let it continue playing, and then you'll hear Miles is the character's name. The guy who plays Miles is also the mastermind behind Sin of the City. His name's Greg. When he gets out of his car and listen to that sound too. So lots of good sounds coming up.
Everybody move in.
Just the squeak of the door. Just the squeak of the door when it opens up. It just needs.
an 84 Corolla or whatever.
It needs some WD-40 badly. Yeah.
Everybody move in.
You recognize this spot? It seems like maybe a spot you might have had like a smoke break or something.
Yeah, it looks really familiar.
What was the sound of
It
these
looks like maybe a
episodes?
dorm, like one of the dorms. It's been so
Yeah.
long, I can't remember all the names, but this really looks like, any of the dorms, really.
I'm gonna send you. Yeah. And also, I like how he pulls up his pants.
Yeah, he's like, oh no, my camera's there. My backside is to camera. My camera's to backside.
So that's just like
That's
1
almost
minute.
that's almost like a physical flub in itself, because he I think he goes to pull up his
Yeah,
pants.
exactly.
He doesn't pull them up.
Exactly.
But then just by reaching out and throwing his body weight back there, he ends up like not being able to get his foot high enough and he trips.
Physical flub in a Sin of the City episode.
See, that's why it's so great to
Yeah.
have you on the show, because I never noticed that. I never noticed that there was a physical flub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. And those sound effects too, like the gun sound effect especially, found if this was late 90s, then this was definitely when I was in high school making videos just like this that were just like terrible sound and that. And I wonder if this was the process, because it was before even like Final Cut Pro, where it was like there wasn't even computer editing. It was like I had to edit VCR to VCR.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like plug my
That's how we learned.
camcorder into VCR. And like the only way I could get sound effects, because I did plenty of things that were like a gun sound effect. The only way I even knew how to do it was to like download the sound effect from the internet of a gunshot.
Ah,
all right.
God.
Yeah.
All right. And then like download it, burn it to a CD through like Winamp or whatever that Real Player 97 or something.
Mhm.
Burn it to a CD. And then when I had my camcorder plugged into the VCR and I was recording that clip, I would play it on a CD player.
Yep.
So I could get the sound effect.
How
and
did we
syncing
do
up
it?
was really hard.
And
that's
you got
probably
like
what that
you
was.
got like 14 viruses on your computer just from doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Totally worth it though to get that
Totally worth it.
perfectly
But-
synced gunshot.
I'd like to see some of these movies you're talking about too, by the way. Yeah.
They
Yes,
were
and-
something else.
You've got
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Dan.
No, I do have them at one point. It took like years to kind of get them transferred, because they were on like high 8 tape, like analog high 8 videotape or something. I couldn't get them, and then they were on like some super outdated like Windows Media Player that I couldn't even watch. And like, a couple of years ago, I figured out how to get them transferred. So I'll
we have a ton of these, and we want to take all of them. We want to get the high res versions, like from the original tapes, and make a Blu-ray of this. And maybe, I don't know, I feel like maybe you would give the introduction, just like welcome everybody, and and you'd be
I'd
saying,
be honored.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm Dan Opsal, the Flub Master. Today we're going to watch a show called, something like that.